Okay, we're going to show you in this tutorial how to create in Git a new repository and upload files to it. Okay, we have this file here, chat layout.html, and we want to upload this file to any repository here in my GitHub account. So how do we do this? This is my local machine, and this is a remote GitHub repository. This is my username. First thing we have to do is to create a new repository, right? We can create any name. We can write any name here. We're going to call it test, and we hit here the new button. Okay, no, sorry, here. I'm sorry. The name is here, so it's my username /test. We are going to make it public in case you don't know what public and private is. Well, besides that, the fact that no one can see a private repository and anyone can see a public repository, anyone can see your code with the public repository. If you want to create a private one, you have to pay for it here in GitHub. Publics are free repositories. Well, we create this test repository. We hit here, and that's it. Okay, now GitHub is giving me some procedures. Now, what I have to do from my local computer to upload, I will upload things here, all the files I want here. Why GitHub? Well, because GitHub is a good changes source control, and you can work with software, with the software like Jenkins, which is a software that will grab all the stuff you're uploading here, run some tests automatically, and then upload the files to production. This Jenkins software can also give you back a report in case you upload something with errors here. It's a good product. I will make another video sometime about the basics of Jenkins. It's a nice product. It's great for working with teams of many people, where you have so many people adding code from different places, and you need to run some tests and see if all the code that I'm uploading here is good or has any problems. Well, let's start with this. So we're going to start from this line, git init. The first thing I have to do is to initialize my folder here, and I'm going to say with git init, okay, this is a Git repository. If you see here, you will find a new folder here with all that Git needs to work. If you hit git init and you have an error here, it means that you don't have Git installed in your computer. You have to go and install Git in your computer. I'm not covering that part because I'm assuming that you know the basics of Git, what is Git for, and you have already installed, right? So we now, with this folder, we have a repository here. Next step, we have to add all the files we want to upload to this test repository. GitHub is telling us, well, if you don't have any file, just add a README file. But no, we already have a file, which is chat layout. Okay, so we are going to do that. Git add. We can do chat layout here, or we can do asterisk, and it will add everything. So the next thing we have to do is to create our first comment. The comment is comment And this is the comment you want to add for everyone to see. All the developers working in this code, in this file, chat layout, they will see this comment. So the very common thing you do is right, you can write whatever you want here. Maybe you have some specific information your company wants you to write for every comment. Not everyone writes the same thing. So, okay, it says it's okay. Now we have to say, where do we want to upload the files to? Because until now, Git doesn't know where to upload the files to. So we're going to say, hey Git, remotely add as an origin this guy here. So all the files I want you to push them to this URL. This is going to be the same for you. It will change this because this is my username. You will see your username here. And this is the name of the repository I just created. If you created a repository named test, you will see the same thing here. But if you change the name and wrote something else, you will see a different value here. So we're going to try to do this, right? And that's it. And the final thing we have to do is to push all the changes to this repository. We are in our computer, changes are in our computer, right? If you hit code here again, he will keep showing you this because there is nothing here to show. So the last step is to say, hey Git, push everything to the remote repository. Once I do that, GitHub is going to try to access this one, and from here they will say, okay, but if you want to push things to this repository, you have to enter your username. Okay, so we enter the username, and you have to enter your password. Okay. Now it's okay. If we hit refresh, we will see finally our file here and our commit here, right? 2 minutes ago. We can use this command status to see if we have something here pending to upload. For instance, you go and edit this file, right? And you add something. For instance, no, sorry, not here. This file is already in GitHub. And you save the changes. You go here and you hit again. What you will say? You will see that Git is telling you, hey, you modified this file. Wow. And it is telling you git add, right? To add the file. You can use this one if you have several files to add. And now if you write again git status, you will see it's not longer in red, it's in green, but it's not yet here. It's not on the server. It's in your computer. It's still in your computer, right? So to commit these changes, you will say added some text. Right, so you're always saying commit these changes and add this comment for everyone to see. Okay, and finally you have to push these changes to the server. That's when we're going to upload the file. We enter our username, password. That's it. Now, if we hit refresh again here, we are going to see this, right? This is the last code. Now it's finally on the server. You see here? And if you want to see the history of what happened, you will find it here. And here we have some options, very useful options. For instance, if you hit here you will see what was removed and what was added, right? I removed this line and then added this line. I also removed this line. It's a nice graphic way to see what you just did. And that's it. That's all the work you have to do with GitHub. Every time you make a change, you do what we just did here. And that's it. Hope you like it, and thanks for listening.